I am at Mulders Rods in Brenham, and what we're going to do today, it's been about a month since I did the first
You can tell the story on
video here with Billy Mulder, and we talked about the different hot rods that they're restoring for people and their own cars and the race car, and this is just an update on how things are coming along. And there is the man, Billy Mulder. Don't get all camera shy.
I'm good.
Billy.
I'm good.
All right. And if you remember, there's Paul. Paul is hard at work. See, he doesn't just sand cars.
Yeah, he's kind of all over the shop.
Jack of all trades, doing a little mechanic work. Well, let's talk about this vehicle.
Yeah, this
Paul's
is
working
the
on.
87 we're working on for a customer. And we've got the engine transmission in. We've done some suspension work. We've got the body up here. We're getting ready to put it on after we do a little more work on the chassis. So it's coming along good.
Yep, I can tell it's made a lot of progress since I was here last.
It has, yeah.
So that engine and transmission, which came paired together, do you build it? I know you don't build that stuff here. Do you order that and
we order
it fixed up, or did he have that drop shipped here?
We had it drop shipped here. The customer had it drop shipped here. He picked out the engine and transmission combination he wanted, and he had it drop shipped here.
So what exactly is that?
That's a 383 4x4 high torque motor. That's a blueprint motor, and it comes just like that. It's already been dyno tuned and it's ready to go.
So 383, is that what would be called a stroker?
Yes, it's 383 stroker motor, cubic inch.
And that's a combination of like a 400 cubic inch Chevrolet and a 350.
It has a different crank, 350,
right?
Which gives the stroke.
Right. Off a different crank. It's looking good.
Yeah, it's coming along nice.
It's David, right?
David.
Does he stop by every now and then and check on it?
Oh yeah, once a week usually. He was here yesterday.
So, have you ever had a customer that said, you know what, I don't want to see it till you're finished?
Yes.
And it's like our opening present at Christmas.
I done 3 cars for him. He dropped them off and said, I'm not coming back till it's finished. I done 3 cars for him.
For like the big reveal.
Nah, he was a different kind of customer. He'd come in and
see all the
car
phases.
finished, and he's like, yeah. He said, you want to come look at it? No, just put it in the trailer. He was
really,
yeah, he was different, but yeah, I done 3 cars for him.
I guess he was happy with all.
Oh
of
yeah,
them.
yeah, he loved them. Yeah, he did.
So here's the cab of the truck. I guess the bed is still back in the shop.
Bed's in the body
in
shop.
The paint shop.
Yeah. We took everything off the cab to lighten it up so it'd be easy to put on the chassis.
That is like the skeleton of a cab, right?
We're getting ready to put the insulation in the cab, and we'll do some work on the cab before we actually put it on the frame. But that's the next step. As soon as our parts get here, we're waiting on all the parts right now to come in.
And one of these days, you told me it's the spring, which ain't that far away.
It's not that far away.
We're going to see this cab all completely put back together and looking beautiful.
Yep, won't be long.
He promises. We're going to see.
Yep.
Now we're going to get an update on the bed of the 87 Chevy Square Body. Oh, look at that. It's got cover on it, but it is painted. And the paint is looking pretty nice. That is sweet. That's going to be a beautiful truck. Oh, y'all did the bed liner too, huh? That's a spray-in bed liner?
Yes, sir.
Golly. This is going to be one super nice truck.
Yes,
something for David's going to be proud of this. All right. Well, thank you for the update, Billy. I appreciate it very much.
Today in the shop, we went all the way to Northern California to get it. 67,000 original miles. Truck's pretty clean. We're just working on getting it ready for the future plans.
Why would you go all the way to Northern California to pick up a certain vehicle? What is it about this truck that you like?
Color, mileage, interior, the whole package. Big block truck. And these OBS trucks are getting pretty hot right now, and they have been for a while. I've had a few, and then we wanted to have another one for a little shop truck. We're gonna paint it, flame it, lower it, big wheels.
So it's a 97.
It's a 97.
1 ton.
1 ton.
Super cab, or you call it crew cab, dually. Gasoline.
Gasoline.
Big block is in like 450.
7.4 liter, 454.
Cool. And they don't make those anymore, right?
No.
Yeah. And that low of mileage for this year model truck, that's why you went to California to get
That low mileage and then color combination. Pretty
Yeah.
rare color for these trucks.
Very nice. I like it. We gonna pull race car trailers or what? Is this a show
Whatever.
truck? What's it for? This
It'll
doesn't
go,
look like
it'll
you're.
go to shows. It'll go to the parts store. It's going to go everywhere.
It does not look to me like the typical shop truck.
It does not.
But then y'all aren't typical shop
No.
people.
It's
Very
gotta be
specialized
cool. It
stuff.
must be something cool for sure.
Awesome. Well, I like it. I think it was worth the trip. Yeah. Well, I understand. Your dad said that y'all stopped at a truck show.
So we stopped at Dino's, getting down with it. So when we purchased the truck, it had a big slide-in camper on the back. We road tripped in it, stopped in campgrounds along the way, saw some scenery, stopped in Lake Havasu and had lunch at the London Bridge, then headed into like Phoenix, Arizona area, and then went to Dino's, get down a bunch of car buddies over there and hung out with them and saw a bunch of sweet trucks we don't see here.
What
in
is
Texas
what
much.
is Dino's Get Down?
It is probably the largest truck show, essentially GM only on Friday, and Saturday they allow cars in, but essentially GM only trucks.
So GMC and Chevrolet pickups.
Yep.
How many of them?
Like 40, anything Chevrolet all the way up to, what was the latest year model? Probably 2000.
2000, yeah.
Couple of dozen trucks? Couple hundred trucks?
About 10,000.
About 10,000 trucks.
Yeah. About 10,000.
It was huge.
trucks.
They had it at
Big
the football stadium parking lot.
Yeah, it was at State Farm Stadium.
It would be pretty impossible to check them all out.
It isn't. It is
Oh, yeah.
It is 100%
No way.
impossible.
You spent all day just on the vendors, just checking out the vendors. That's how many vendors were there.
Wow.
All
Sounds
day.
like fun.
It's an
It was-
amazing
it was-
show. If you've never been and you're watching this video, put Dino's Get Down on your bucket list. We plan on going back.
Not
We're
if
gonna
you're a
drop
Ford
that.
guy, though. You don't want to go if you like
No,
Fords
if you're a Ford
or
guy.
Dodges.
If you're a Ford guy, you're
Chevy
you're
only.
in the wrong world.
Yeah.
Chevrolet only.
Very good. We're looking at the interior of the 97 Chevy truck, and the lighting's not great, but you may be able to tell, and trust me, it is like pristine. It is very nice. This truck has been very well cared for. I would be proud to own this truck. I think that was a very good purchase. I think I would even drive to California to get this truck. Very good. What's that right behind you there, Billy?
That's a Model 8 truck. It's in for some service work and setting up for a couple of years, and we're just getting it back running again and back on the road for him.
That's a customer's vehicle. You're just doing some fine tuning and getting it ready to go
Yeah,
again.
it's been sitting around, so we got to get it live again, battery and fuel system and stuff like that, just to get it.
Do you
back
see
on
a
the
lot of
road.
that this time of year where people, in the spring,
Yeah.
the car show season's coming up, and people say, "Hey, Billy, I need you to do,
I get
I
a
need
lot
you
of
to do
that.
this."
I need it done before we start showing cars. Yeah, I get a lot of that.
Unfortunately, that's about the same time of year you're trying to get ready.
I'm getting ready to
go
go
racing.
racing. Yeah, so it's a stretch. Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So this is like November and early December for Santa Claus for you this time
Yeah,
of
it
year.
is. Yeah, we're busy.
All kind of stuff going on.
We're busy. Yeah.
You need more elves.
Need more L's. Yeah, that's for sure.
Well, let's look at this red pickup right here.
Yeah, this one's in for service. It's the local Brenham guy that owns it, and we're just doing some.
A local customer. What is that?
It's a 49 Chevy pickup.
49 Chevy trucks. Beautiful.
Yeah, it's come out real nice.
Did you do this truck?
I did not do this truck, no. We're just helping him out on some service work he needed done.
Whoever did it did a fine job.
They did, yes.
Well, back to progress on the vehicles that we looked at the first time I was here.
We've been doing a lot of wiring on the Apache and on air ride system. We got the bumpers on and all the lights are on, and a lot of hidden stuff that you don't see. has
Yeah.
been done to it.
It's not going to be all the work that gets done is not going to be obvious. Just
You're not
walking
going
up
to
and
see
looking
it.
at it,
We
right?
work on it for a week and you can't even tell we've done anything when it comes to wiring and plumbing and, you know, stuff like that. All of it's
Yeah.
not cosmetic. So,
But we talked about the ETA on this square body. What's the ETA on the Apache?
as soon as possible.
Hey, he's wanting it, huh?
We're ready to get. We're just we just got a lot going on, so it just takes a while. So
Yeah, understood.
yeah.
Well, hey, I'm going to go talk to Chase about his race truck.
Okay.
See if I can catch up to him.
All right. Sounds
All right.
good.
We need you again, Chase.
All right,
So
I'm back.
The last time I was here, and it didn't show up on video, but as I was leaving, you had pulled up. You had a chassis or suspension
That's correct.
on a trailer back
That's
there,
correct.
and you were telling me about some modifications you were going to make. Well, I see that that's no longer on a trailer in the back.
That's correct.
It is right over here. What this is, we're doing an update. Well, let's just double back a little bit. Tell us what this is, what it was. What was this when it was born?
It's a 1976 Chevrolet K5. I'm sorry. This is a 1978 K5 Blazer, factory two-wheel drive.
What's it going to become?
A 78 K5 Blazer, but it's on a no limit chassis now. It was airbag. As you see, the it's going coilover. You see the mock-up coilovers on there, and it's moving along slow.
What I mean by what is it going to be? I mean, in the end, when you roll it out of here and put it in a trailer and head somewhere, are you taking it?
It won't be
What are you
going in
gonna
a trailer anywhere. It'll be driving. It'll be driving to car shows, and then do some autocross with it. But it's going to be a driver 700. I have a 740.
Well, I thought it was going to be a race truck.
No, it more of a autocross pro touring, so street legal, and then with it'll have 200 tread wear.
Maybe I don't understand what pro tour means. Can you explain what that means?
I can't
pro
explain.
Tour?
So, essentially, it's going to have like really wide wheels, 18 by 12s all the way around, squared, and we run a 200 tread wear tire with a built specific for autocross. It's like they set up cones in parking lots, and you carve corners in a parking lot. Essentially, is what it's like. Autocross is what they call it.
So
it's
the suspension and handling
it's a
are
small
a big part of
scale
what
road
you're
course
looking
style
for.
racing.
I got you, and that's why you went to the trouble to spend the money, and they're modifying this for
the no limit
handling.
chassis is really rigid, so a lot less flex. Factory frame, it's hard to get all the flex out of it. There's not much structure to it. And then this is a raised rail, so it's going to be really low.
Will you be finished with this one by April too?
No, sir. No.
What do you think?
This has got a little ways to go because I only get to work on it on the side.
What's your target date?
This year.
By the end of the year.
By the end of the
Maybe
year.
you can give yourself that for Christmas.
Yeah, by the end of the year, this thing should be pretty dang close.
Have it ready to go.
Once the suspension brackets get on, it's going to body shop, and we'll start body working it and getting ready for paint, and then it'll be putting it together. I have the motor, I have the transmission.
Are you going to go back with the original red and white?
No, sir. It's going to be a blue, a shade of blue and white two-tone.
I see.
A lighter shade of blue.
I'm sorry I interrupted you. What motor and transmission will this?
So I have
wind up
a fully built dynoed 740 horse LS, naturally aspirated with a T56 Magnum, 4.9-inch in the rear.
Very nice.
So it'll
Sounds
be
like
pretty
you have
rowdy.
a plan.
I have a plan.
Well, thank you for telling us about it.
Yes, sir.
We look forward to seeing the finished product. I think it's going to be pretty cool.
It will be.
While we're at it,
Uh-huh.
so is this a priority now? This was your grandfather's truck, right?
That's correct.
And it's also a project you intend to complete.
That's correct.
And it's next after this one?
That's correct.
Okay.
So the body's sitting on this chassis. This chassis is, I put this chassis together for my brother because my brother's building a 68. So just on my side time, I put this chassis together. It's got chopping block front suspension, chopping block rear back aft. I like to assemble them all on the frame table because I know everything's level, everything's perfect. I have reference points to measure from, and it's about ready to come off the frame table. I have to weld up the brackets on the rear end. It's coming off the frame table, and then my cab and front end will come off of this, and that's his bed, of course. His truck's going to be a step side, so that's why.
How do you keep up with all this stuff? How do y'all just sit down at the kitchen table? I'll tell you what, I'll take this front end and put it over there, and you can take that, and we'll just This got to kind of
So
unfold
I
in a strange way.
put it on here just to mock up, to make sure everything,
Yeah.
get ride height set, all that good stuff. Make sure wheels are centered in the wheel well, just all the little details, you know, with the suspension setup. And then it'll come back apart. Frame will get blown apart. Frame will get powder coated. Then reassemble the frame, and then it'll be ready for his body once his body gets bodyworked and painted.
What I'm hearing is this is really cool. What you're hearing here is sort of the backstory, the behind the scenes of how those cars you see at car shows and rod meets and power tours come together. At one point, they didn't look the way they look when they're out there at the show. So all this kind of planning and negotiating and wheeling and dealing and coming up.
So
Okay.
there's a lot of wheeling and dealing when it comes to,
And-
especially on our personal builds. You know, you got to source parts just like everybody else, you know.
Yeah.
This truck's been through quite a few iterations of what the end goal is going to be. And at one point, I was like, I'm going to turn into a race truck. And it started out as my granddad's daily driver. He drove it.
I'm thinking
he
in the
drove
back of your mind, every step of the way, you want it to be something that would be proud to be like a tribute to your grandfather.
That's correct. And that's why this truck's been on the back burner for so long, is because it has I have high expectations for it on how I want it to turn out. And
you want to
it's
get
like,
it right.
hey, it's going to be a cruiser, because it was a 3/4 ton, 2-wheel drive, and we towed the camper with it, went camping. As a kid, I rode in it all the time, and then my granddad got tired of it, had it parked, and I said, hey, I'll buy it from you. So I bought it off of him, and then I turned it into, I just didn't do any cutting. I just swapped the coil springs out for airbags and put some 22s on it and polished the paint and drove it to car shows, because this paint on this truck is 30 some odd years old, and still looks good.
We really look forward to seeing it when it's finished.
And it's just going to be a cruiser, more or less, T56 Magnum, LT4 supercharged. Just nothing too crazy. Nothing too crazy.
Sounds like it's going to be pretty special to me. I think he would like your plans.
Factory colors, and then it's going to run 18s all the way around on this truck also. I have the wheels picked out. The rendering's done for it. So we just got to get to it. It'll get done.
Well, thank you, Chase.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate it. All right. Stephen.
Hey, how you been, man?
I'm doing good, and I'm pretty curious what you're doing, because you do unique things.
Yeah, that's how I'm actually working on a brand.
That's like an electronic stencil, projector stencil.
Yeah, you can see what I'm doing on there, but
Nah,
I'm figuring it out.
It's not going to pick up on the video very well.
Anyway, so I'm doing a brand for this guy. This is his family's ranch that's been, passed down generation to generation since the 1800s, and he built his brand new house out there, and it's a really nice big barndominium. So I'm gonna be putting their family's brand up on the side of the building for him.
I see. You're making like a sign, like a mural of
so
sorts.
What I do with this paper is I project it up there, draw it out, and then I will I take like a little spur almost and poke little holes in there.
Yeah.
And then I'll tape it up on the building, and I got a sock full of chalk. And I go around and kind of leave my template.
That gives your outline, like a coloring book. Well, I have a favor to ask.
What's that?
When you complete that mural, logo, whatever you want to call it, on the side of that barndominium, take a picture of it, put it on your Instagram, and in one of my future updates about what's going on with the Mulders Rods crew, I'll show people will have seen the beginning and the end. All right?
Appreciate it. Yeah.
Very nice to see you,
Good
Stephen.
seeing you again, brother.
Take care.
You too.
What you working on, Wade?
Oh, Chevy pickup.
First of all, it's nice to see you, man.
Yeah, you too.
You hard at it, as usual.
Trying.
Wade's sanding. We don't want to interrupt his work. Just little example of the type of stuff they do here, doing body work on a, what is this?
Oh, well, like 65, 66 Chevrolet pickup.
Yep, Chevy truck. So this is a project the customer brought in?
Yeah. It's one we came in, well, originally came in just for mechanical work, getting it running. It's got our new engine and stuff in it, getting that all sorted out. But then he ended up decided he wanted to have it repainted too while it was here. So working on that, trying to, while Billy's busy with other stuff, he doesn't have time to do the mechanical stuff.
Looks like a lot of sanding going on, and he stole Paul from you.
Yeah, yeah. Paul's been
You got
doing a
Paul
lot.
in there doing mechanic work.
He's been doing a lot of sanding on this thing and made a lot of dust just the last few days or last week too.
Yeah.
So
Well, when will this one roll out, you think, Billy?
Hopefully, late spring. Hopefully, that's what we're shooting for.
All right, because I think this is going to be a very cool truck, and maybe in the next episode or the next episode of Mulders Rods, we will see how this looks when it's done.
Should be a change. Yeah.
What color is she going to be?
It's going to be the factory green color and white that it is now.
Yep. All right. Very cool. Thank you, Wade.
you bet.
Thanks for the update. Very good. You may recall that fine-looking automobile right there is Chip's Revenge. Billy races that in a Nostalgia Eliminator class, and it is third week of January right now, something like that. And we got racing coming up pretty soon, right?
We got racing coming up. Our first race is March 22nd in Ferris, Texas, and we're still waiting on our transmission. We should get it in the next couple of weeks, and then we're going to try to do a couple of test sessions somewhere.
So you got 2 months to get ready.
Get ready.
And there's no transmission in this vehicle.
No transmission in the car yet, but it's coming. So
what else will need to happen before you can?
That's
haul
about
to the
it.
racetrack?
Once we get the transmission in, we'll just take it to the track and do some testing with our new transmission, make sure everything's up to speed, and we'll be ready to go. And we're also taking it to a car show in Belleville on March 8th. I was invited to do that for the car club down there.
You were telling me about that earlier, and I plan to be there. It's pretty big car show, I understand, downtown Belleville.
Yeah, there'll be 300 or 400 cars there, and they're bringing another race car in, a original Superbird Daytona that went 200 at Daytona.
Oh, nice.
And
I like those Superbirds.
So we're going to park the two race cars together, just a display only. So
I know where there's a blue Superbird for sale right now.
yeah, so
at Maple Motors in Tennessee.
Hopefully the weather's good. Normally that's March is the same way.
March is iffy. It can be
never
beautiful
know.
or it can be wicked.
It'll be cold, raining, or pretty. So hopefully it's pretty.
Well,
so that's our update. So we're just waiting on our transmission and get here, and we'll get it put together and ready to go racing. Ready for some pretty weather first. So
yeah, I really hope that that when the racing season starts back up, because that's also in March, and the same thing with the weather.
March. Our next one's in April 4th and 5th, and we just move on from there.
So the first race of the series that you race in, it's you said, "Hey Paul,
Yes, sir.
give me a second."
Oh, I'm sorry.
So what's the date on that first race?
March 22nd.
And the location?
Ferris, Texas, Extreme Raceway Park.
Extreme Raceway Park. If you're in Central Texas, March 8th, big car show in Belleville.
Belleville, Texas.
And racing in Ferris, Texas.
Ferris, Texas.
And that's on I-45, I believe.
I-45, yeah, it's right there close to Ennis.
Yep.
It is right on 45.
Well, thank you very much for the update, Billy.
Yeah.
Oh, one more thing.
Uh-huh.
How's your shop coming along?
It's coming good. It's all together. Electricians are starting next week, and we're moving right along.
All right. I know you're really looking forward to moving.
We are. Yes.
It's going to be so much fun.
It's going to be fun. Not fun moving, but it's going to be nice to be in a new facility.
Yeah, I know. I was just making a joking about moving. I mean, moving from people that move from one apartment to another is a pain in the ass.
It is.
If you buy a new vehicle and you have to move all your stuff from one to the other,
Anytime
it's
you
a pain in
move,
the ass.
it's not fun.
I cannot imagine the stress, you feel.
Yeah, it's not going to be fun, but we'll get it done.
Yeah, I know you will. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Very good.